Lokum, one of the oldest and most delectable sweets, was created some 500 years ago when a Turkish sultan asked his confectioner for something sweet and special to keep everyone happy. It was an instant success. Presented like a treat, covered in powdered sugar and in different flavors and with nuts. The original had nothing, just the lokum. It has virtually unchanged. Lokum was introduced in the West in the 19th century. During his travel, an unknown British man became very fond of this candy. So he purchased a full case of it, had it shipped back to Britain under the name Turkish Delight. He ate it every single day and swore that it helped with his concentration on his work. Winston Churchill and Napoleon's favorite Turkish Delight was made with a pistachio filling. 500 years old and still selling well today. All right, guys, we're going to start out. We're going to need 4 cups of sugar. And to that, we're going to add 1.5 cups of water. All right, then we got to get this melded. And we're just going to cook this until it boils. And we're going to cook it until we can drop some in a bowl of cold water and it comes out like a little jelly ball. So as soon as I get this boiling, I'll be right back. And I've added 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to this also. And now that we got it to a boil, now we want to turn the heat down because we want to keep it at a soft boil. And then after about 2 to 3 minutes, then we're going to test it to see if it turns into a jelly ball when we put it in cold water. But this is what we're looking for. We want to keep it at a soft boil. All right, let's give it the water test and see if we're where we need to be. So we're going to take a little bit and we're going to drizzle it in cold water. And if it comes together like jelly, it means it's ready. And it's close, but not yet. All right, let's try it again. I've let it go a whole 3.5 minutes. Well, actually, it's been about 4 minutes, I guess. And let's try it again. Yep, there it is. That's where we need it. All right, I'm going to turn this burner off. And we're going to set this to the side. And we're going to put a new pot over here. In this pot, we're going to put 1 cup of cornstarch, 1 full cup. We're going to put 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And to that, we're going to add 3 cups of water. Now, I'm going to get this all stirred up before I turn the burner back on. Make sure we get it all incorporated. Make sure you stir this really well because your cornstarch will stick in big clumps on the bottom of your pan when you pour your water over it. So you want to make sure it is mixed really well before you put the heat to it. Now we're going to turn the heat onto it. And I've got it on about medium high. And we're just going to keep cooking it. Now this one you want to constantly stir. You do not want to just let this one sit here. Okay, this is what we're looking for. See how it's kind of looks like it's curdling? We want it to turn into a really thick paste. Guys, this is not a quick recipe. This one takes some time because the last step is almost 45 minutes long. So before you do this recipe, make sure you have the time. Because the last step also is a constant stir. See how it turns into a really thick paste? Now, when it gets to this stage, is when we want to very slowly, I'm doing this, we're going to start adding our syrup, but just a little at a time. You do not pour all of it in there at once, just add a little at a time. Once you got all that incorporated, add some more. I'm just going to go ahead and pour the rest in. All right. You want to make sure you get all your paste and all your syrup incorporated really well, because we got to cook this at about 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. Now, we're going to let this cook for about 40 minutes or so, constantly stirring it. And when we get close to the end, I'll bring you back. We're about halfway there, guys. And you have to be really careful. This stuff is super, take your skin off hot. This is one of those recipes you have to constantly stir, and you have to constantly cook and watch it. And I know it seems like 40 minutes is a long time to stand here and stir, but the results are absolutely amazing. And you will not be sorry you did it. All right, guys, we're at the end of the cooking process. Now, I have, gosh, it's sticky. I have 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of rose of essence water, and 5 drops of red dye, because your rose of essence water is not colored, so I use dye to color it. Looks like I may have to add some more. Maybe not. Ooh, gosh, it smells good. All right, let me get my pan set up really quick. Make sure you oil it, the sides, the bottom, and I added paper to the bottom. All right, now we gotta get this poured in there without getting burnt. This is a very long processed candy, but like I told you, in the end, it is worth it. It is so good. Now this has to set for real. There's no cheating this. This has got to set overnight. I just stick it in the refrigerator and let it stay overnight. All right, we'll bring you back in the morning when it's ready to cut. All right, first thing we're gonna do is sprinkle this, just a little bit of powdered sugar. I've got a little baggie here that I put powdered sugar and about an equal amount of cornstarch. Turkish Delight. Now we got to get it out of the pan. I found the easiest way is to just take your hands, go around it, and pull it away from the edges. There it is. And remove the parchment paper and sprinkle a little bit of sugar over it. Alright, so we're going to start cutting it. I was going to try a pizza cutter, and I thought, nah, this should work pretty good because it's not a hard candy. It is amazing. Alright, let me get it all cut up here and we'll be right back. Alright, here we are on the last 2 slices. So what I do is just lay them to the side by side like that. And then I just cut them. And I try to do them in 1 by 1 inch squares. Easy to cut. Throw them in your bag. And give them mixed around. And guys, just that one pan makes quite a bit. I mean, it makes quite a bit. And anyway, I just put these in the bag, give them a shake, get them covered, and then I pick them up with my hands in the bag, like this, and then I shake them in my hand to get rid of as much of the extra as I can. So there you go, Turkish Delight, and it is really good, and it made quite a bit. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back for tomorrow's video.